Hey, it's Jim Parr here, and with Atomic Armor, and we're going to be talking about items that will disappear first during a crisis or disaster. And some of these items are going to be universal, meaning they may disappear anytime people get a little freaked out about anything. And we saw that during COVID. So what we saw during COVID, we saw it with toilet paper and different things like that. And what people do is they get freaked out. There's rumors, or somebody gets on social media, says you better buy this, and then it becomes a whirlwind, and they start stockpiling these things. And then what happens, the demand goes up, and after things sell out, there's no way to build that inventory very quickly. And so stores start, their shelves get unstable, and you can't get those things. So some of the things that will go quickly, just because they have a good shelf life, are like your canned meats, your fruits, your vegetables, your dry goods, your beans, your rice, your pastas. Probably won't last very long during a crisis, and expected, if you're expecting a power outage or anything like that, and being from Minnesota when we had snowstorms, same type of deal. You could refrigerate stuff outside or freeze stuff outside, but if it's in the South, you're not going to be able to do that. So you're going to scoop up things, or people are going to scoop up things that aren't like produce or meats that will spoil. They're going to go after those particular things. So those are a few of the things that just first off that you want to grab. And then the other thing is, and we had this conversation the other night, is to get things that you can trade. So maybe it's instant coffee, like the instant coffee, not the coffee pods, but instant coffee like in the tubs. So you could end up trading that, and that would have some value, because that's what's going to happen is you're going to stockpile stuff that you want to be able to trade for different commodities. So somebody had mentioned alcohol, but the one problem with that is you don't want to have a bunch of alcohol, and then usually those people that need that alcohol right away are going to be trouble coming onto your property or near your house or whatever. So remember those commodities that you can trade. The other good thing would be like your Gatorade drinks. So your sport drinks, your Powerades that got the electrolytes in them, a little bit of sugar in them. And so those things last. They have a good shelf life, and those things last. And not only that, is the containers to store stuff in. So whether it's for storing water, you want to have coolers and things that you can preserve your food in for long periods of time. The other thing is your fuels. So you want to make sure you have propane, whether it's in small canisters or big canisters, because there's multiple uses for that. You can cook with it, you can burn with it, you can use it as lanterns, different things like that. You can even power a full-size grill with it, so you'll be able to cook in addition to even just lighting a fire. In addition to the propane, you want to have those stick lighters or even stick matches, so that in a lot of them, so that you can ignite the fuels that you have, light your grills, light the fireplace, use those grill style lighters, and even the small lighters to keep in your vehicles for emergencies. The other thing is a multi-tool. You can also have a can opener, because you're going to have a lot of canned goods. And that's some things that people forget. They're like, okay, I got canned goods, but I don't have a can opener. But just remember, you want to be able to open baby formulas, vegetables, whatever it might be. The other thing is with the multi-tool, you can use it with your pliers, your screwdriver, your flathead, and so it has a lot of uses that are really, really good. And one other thing is that you want to stock up, if you've got kids, you want to stock up on baby foods, um, baby formula in the powder format that mixes easily with water. And of course, diapers and wipes are going to disappear quite quickly. So those are the other things. And we saw that the baby formula shortage during COVID, where there was so-called contaminants in the formula, and all of a sudden there was a shortage of baby formulas, and that was quite a crisis in itself. The other thing is your pets and livestock. So if you have livestock, you want to have enough feed to be able to supply them and keep them up to date. Even on medications, you can go to Tractor Supply and get your medications for like antibiotics and stuff for your livestock. But not only that, your pets. You want to stock up on your pet food and make sure that they've got enough food to get by. There is options to make their own. You can make a pet food, and we'll have a later video on that to have dry food. But remember that takes cooking and preserving things. So stock up when you can, because those are things that are going to go really quick. The other thing is pesticides, and just for whatever needs. We saw it with bleaches and different things like that during COVID. But so pesticides, your cleaners, especially your Clorox, just a standard bleach is a good thing to stock up on. One thing I've noticed that's readily available right now is your canning jars and your lids. So never a bad idea to stock up on those right now, because if you have a garden or whatever you're doing to have vegetables or pickles or even canned meats, remember you can preserve those in those canning jars, and that's a great way to stock up and put them in a cool dry storage or root cellar. And so another place for that is Amazon. Amazon or Tractor Supply always has a great deal on them. So we'll leave some links below for all these products. And but remember, that's a key thing, and those will disappear quickly during any disaster. In addition to when we were talking about propane, just remember things like gas cans or even diesel fuel. I always keep a good stock of diesel fuel and gas, because that's probably going to be the number one thing to disappear very, very quickly when things hit the fan. But the other thing is your fuel sources for firewood, and then having kerosene or lamp oil, because those things help start fires. And the lamp oil is just having an old oil lamp is a good thing to have, because those burn very, very slowly. So in addition to that, batteries are a good thing to have. I've got a solar generator, so I'm able to power those batteries and recharge them. Or, if it's an EMP, your phones aren't going to work. So, but to be able to have your flashlights and recharge radios or different devices like that, having a solar generator is a really good thing to have, and I'll leave a link to a video above so that you can see that video on this solar generator that we have. And the other thing is just an LED lantern. So it lasts a long time on one charge and make sure it's chargeable. but you can get hand cranked lights and hand cranked radios. If you look online, you can find those online also. So when we're talking about over-the-counter medications and different things like that, one thing that you want to keep is like any get some pain relievers just for any injuries, but also antiseptics like to treat wounds like hydrogen peroxide or anything like that. So have a little first aid kit with things to treat different open sores, because infection could be a big thing when you're dealing with a crisis, or maybe it's a storm or whatever it is. If you're out cutting trees and you get cut or step on something, a nail or whatever, you want to have antiseptic to be able to combat those injuries. So another good item for bartering is to have soap, wet wipes, hand sanitizers, different things like that, because during they prevent illness and disease. So not only that, is if you don't have water to bathe in, they're great for that. So to keep your hands clean. And so remember, those are good bartering tools to have. Another one that people may not think about is building materials. So hardware materials like lumber, plywood lumber, nails, anything like that. And those are good bartering tools too when you have building supplies like that. And so you want to be able to have something like that. The other good thing that I got is these large food grade containers, so you can do your rainwater reclamation and have even collect the rainwater for drinking water. And so whatever you need it for, you'll be able to grab that rainwater and fill up those tanks. And I believe they're like 250 gallons. We found ours on Facebook Marketplace for a really good price. So that's another thing that you want to go after. The other thing is just having Ziplocs for storing stuff in. Having bug spray. The other thing is to have a bug out bag, so that you, in case you need to vacate and go quickly, you've got everything in there that you need to get going. And even have some masks in there, because we've had a lot of wildfires lately with smoke and different things like that. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but we see the world the way it is, and different things like that. So having masks to cover your face during certain situations, if there's a lot of smoke, would be a good thing. The other thing is precious metals. Whether you got rings, diamonds, gold, whatever it is, those are good valuables that you can trade and get other things with it. So those are just a few of the things that you really need to think about during a crisis. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And hit that bell notification if you want to get my other videos. And look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.